Day 3 of my solo single mom retreat, healing retreat, health and healing, whatever I called it. I thought this was a cliff because they have this serious business going on right here. I'm in St. George. I stayed over at the Springs for 2 nights, soaked in the springs as much as I could, and it was so good. It was really good. But I have a few plans that I need to try to make time for, so I like to keep my word. But I need a little rest and a little energy boosting activity from driving. I think I drove 250 miles or whatever from where I was at. And I always want to stop by these really cool red rocks just before, or just right at the entrance of St. George. So I came off the first exit, Washington Boulevard or something, to check it out for a minute. I took a little quote-unquote nap for 20 minutes. It helped a little. It wasn't really a full nap because Yaku kept, falling, poking my eye, having issues I had to help him with. But, I don't know, somehow it helped a little. And of course I could rest more, but I felt like I better get some movement in because I'd been pretty lazy the last 2.5, 3 days. Sitting and driving and then sitting in the hot springs and sleeping a lot. And what I have self-diagnosed myself as having is adrenal issues, adrenal fatigue, which is actually super common in our society, where we do not honor our needs in any way, shape, or form, basically. People that are living in a high stress environment over a long period of time will stress out and fatigue their adrenals. So being with a personality disordered person that did not give a rip about me, oh my god, I knew, but those moments when they pretend to care, you hope and wish, and then they disappoint you 3 days later, 2 days, less sometimes, usually. And it was just this roller coaster because I didn't feel good, because I already really had the adrenal fatigue started before that due to my terrible decision to follow a not made for humans diet. But I was convinced by a really well-meaning, well-intentioned man that this was, the way to go, and it healed people, and it's the way to be healthy. And I just wanted to be super bionically healthy. And unfortunately, the diet is really good for, cleansing, but really shouldn't be done long term. And I really wasn't a sick person at the time. I was really super healthy. So doing it actually made me a sick person because I kept doing it too long. And I really didn't need it in the first place. So anyways, adrenal fatigue kicks my butt. So when I have to endure enormous stress over long periods of time, it will kick my butt. And as long as I manage it well, and I can keep the stress like even keeled or like managed, okay? I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say. But, give myself those times of me time and rest before I even get over burdened. Honor myself on a regular basis, all this kind of thing. Then I'm able to feel really, really good. I mean, I got to the point of like, wow, I was really thriving and feeling pretty amazing, but it didn't last long for reasons I've already talked about a little bit. Don't feel like talking about right now. But I had a lot on my shoulders, a lot of pressure and stress, and then some pretty annoying things happening, and I didn't have the energy to do what maybe would have been what would have been required. Would have been like calling the cops a lot, forcing people to go to therapy and to do things they didn't want to do. And I'd done this before, and it worked out fine and great, but this time I was pregnant, and it was too much required from me from too many different angles, and I had to pick my battles. And the people that were involved, this isn't the first time they'd done this to me, so I just kind of thought, you know what, really, like, they're basically yelling in my face to F off. Now leave them alone, let them go do this thing. So I'm like, okay, go do this thing. And there's two of them that I did have come back because I felt like they were too little and that they were being totally deceived, and I could get them to listen to me and come back into reason, because they're actually really sweet and reasonable human beings. But 1 year later, even they got, they had already decided the year prior where they stood on things and where they wanted to be. So I should have, I suppose, just let them. But I don't really believe in should-haves. I mean, I felt inspired to do what I did for a reason. And now I felt inspired to just, okay, they know it's true. They've been with me for the last year. They know what's true. So they're pretending to believe something else, then that's fine. And if I force them to come back and it's not their own free will to do it, then it's going to be exhausting. And I don't have the resources to give to that. So I let it be, and I focus my resources where they're most needed, which is my littlest 4 kids. And it's really hard, of course, to not do something about the other 4, but I've been too controlling, I suppose. I just don't have the energy for it. I don't have the energy to do it correctly right now. To do what I need to do correctly, and I don't have the financial resources to do it. Though it would need to be done for it to be healthy and correct. So I'm just saying, okay, as messed up as this is, and as wrong as it is, I do understand, because I've had to live it and do it, that you have to go into the deep depths of nightmarish hell to grow and learn on this planet. And my experience of the people they're dealing with, and the perspective of the people they're dealing with, that is a nightmarish hell for freedom-seeking human beings that I am, and I know my children are as well. But I also believe that as freedom seekers, they're going to find their way out, and like me being healthy and thriving and getting myself to like back to where I was a year ago, and even excelling from that point, because that was just like a very beginning tipping point. That's going to be teaching by example, not by words. And I've talked a lot. I'm talking right now. And people do not listen who don't want to listen, whom don't want to hear. So it's like a total waste of energy, of my energy, my precious energy that I wasted talking to people that weren't listening. And they, to this day, these people that I spent literally like hundreds of hours telling things to, like they literally never heard me. And it was shocking when I realized this. So, like, I want to right wrongs, so I want to tell people, but if they're not listening, you're not righting anything. And then you just wasted like energy that you could on people that will listen. So this is, I'm putting out there for those that it may benefit, for those that want to listen, and like basically to know that if you're going through like crap, it's not right, because you know reality, you know who you are. People are saying that you're things you're not. You're not alone, and get away from those people, and don't try to convince them that you're something that you know you are, that they refuse to know you as, for whatever reason. They're messed up, they're confused, they're sick, I don't know, whatever it is. They got their own stuff and their own perspectives. They're full of fear, and they just look at things in a really gross way. You can't see where you are. And just get away from them, not out of anger, not out of spite, out of wisdom, out of knowing. And you go do you. Go do what inspires you, what fills your soul. And sleep. And nourish yourself well. Like sometimes we're so exhausted, all we can do is go, get that hamburger at whatever fast food restaurant. Fine once in a while, but like try really hard to go to a farm where they have quality, cared for animals and get like some really high fatty meat, the fattiest stuff. Buy the actual fat from them and give yourself that, because your body rushes cholesterol to wounds because it heals you. So don't be afraid of cholesterol. That's a whole nother topic, but it heals you. And you're going to do yourself enormous favors in getting your strength back, and in healing your heart and your body with cholesterol. Oh yeah, I just said that. No, I'm not an expert. I'm just a doer of things, and that's what healed me. And my heart was broken. I felt it broken. And that healed me, along with doing fun adventures and just getting away from that place with those people. They just don't freaking get it. Like, they're broken and they're sick. So this is where I'm at. Come here, it's cool. I'm gonna come explore it more on my way back through here to Lake Powell, which I'm gonna go to after where I'm going. So just encourage everyone to get away from the grossy people. Like, I don't care if you take a Greyhound bus. Like, take a Greyhound bus to, say, St. George, say, if you're in Salt Lake, or to Fillmore, where I was in Meadows, right? Wherever they'll drop you off, I don't know. And chill there in a tent. Like, you don't need, you can hitchhike from the bus station to the Springs, where I was at, and just chill there in a tent. They are like, don't bug you. They're in